situation. It's going to be similar to the one we just dealt with. So I'm going to get to the Kimura. Again, somebody who's very hard to deal with. It's going to be hard grip. They're going to be more active with their hips. So if he's just going to hold and hang out there, there's no real pressure on me to rush, to take my time, or go anywhere. I'm just slowly walk to the other side, or set up my Kimura and finish it over there. Against higher level guys or guys who are stronger, they're going to not only get a good grip that's hard to break, but then they're going to start moving their hips. They're going to try to get on the side, they're going to try to get their knees back in, you're going to try to scramble out so that you can't transition to another more grip or keep them pinned at least, because even in most situations, if I'm side control and I'm more on deck, even if I can't see that, I'm winning that match most of the time. So if you start to do this, I'm going to use the Kimura grip, the figure four grip, to go to another attack. So it starts the same, he gets the underhook, I should have through an attack. So he's just going to hang out here, I'm in no rush. But if Jack starts to bridge into me, or turning and fighting, now he's going to try to push himself away, he's going to come up, he's going to try to clear that arm. And that can, again, create scrambles and create a situation where I have to give up my grip. And again, if I do it, it's not the end of the world, it's not submitting me, it's not countering me, but I did all that work, I got you to submission, and then I lose it. So when that happens, we're going to use this to transition to the far side arm bar. Okay? So, situation, I only am going to go for this arm bar if he scrambles and picks his hips off the floor. If he stays flat, I'm going to do the attack we just did. So we got here, Jack starts to bridge into. So as he does, I immediately step over. Now a lot of guys like to play the Kimura from here where they break the grip, finish, go this. This is a good attack. I feel against that guy who's that strong that I couldn't break the grip when I was in output. It's going to be just as hard to break the grip here. And for those of you who already have this finishing your game, sit on the head and crank and pry, that works well, doesn't work for me. So I can base up on this leg, and what I want to do is create a nice but subtle angle. So I don't want to fall all the way to his hip this way. I want to basically fall on his head, keeping my left leg arched, stuck under his back. So I create just kind of a kickstand behind him so he can't go to his back forward. I'm going to use my right leg over the top, and I'm going to ideally trap his arm. Jack might pull his arm out to grab his hands, but again, I'm going to make that extra step. In either case, whether the arm's in or out, doesn't matter. I'm going to pinch my elbows and keep my figure four grip. So notice, I'm not letting go of my figure four. So Jack can lock his hands. If he doesn't change anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull his arm into me, taking the pressure off his shoulder and putting it into his elbow. And now I'm going to fall towards his head. And I'm going to use my shins to create space. I'm going to use this shin to push down on his rib cage. This shin's going to pry off and then come right to the arm lock. It's a very, very hard arm lock to defend because he is never flat on the floor. By never being flat on the floor, Jack cannot use his back and his chest the way he would do a traditional armbar where you bridge into himself. If Jack tries to bridge or turn or move, his shoulder is floating in space. It's being pinched between my thighs. He can't turn into me because I'm blocking him here. He can't turn away from me because my leg is controlling his head. I'm just going to use my figure four grip to stretch the arm out. It's my finish. And create a fulcrum at my thigh. So it's a really, really strong armbar. And I feel a much easier to finish attack than the Kimura if they're stacked on their side. I feel that's such a hard grip to break at the high levels or against strong people. It's kind of low percentage. So again, you get to the Kimura here. Okay, as we get here, Jack starts to bridge and fight into me. I pull my weight off and I throw my leg behind him. I'm basically going to be sitting on his head. I keep my Kimura grip nice and tight with my figure four. I'm going to pop up and sit up right next to his head, where I keep my left leg trapped under his back. I keep my right leg trapped over his head. If I trap his arm, great, if he doesn't grab his hands, but most of the time I assume a good guy is going to trap his hands. I don't care if his arm is over or under mine. Does not change anything what I'm doing. As I get here, I'm going to pull his arm into me, so I'm trying to attach his elbow and tricep to my chest. I'm going to fall towards his head, keeping a pinch and pressure. I'm pushing down on his ribs here. I'm pushing down on his head and shoulders here as I stretch. Once I break his arm grip, I'm going to bring it to my body. I'm going to keep my hips elevated. I'm going to create a fulcrum right on my hip. Jack can try to roll or twist or hitchhike, but since his shoulder is so high in the air, he can't move. If his shoulder was down like this, that's when he can hitchhike escape or try to escape out against a guy with flexible shoulder and elbow. If his hip and his elbow, his shoulder and his elbow are elevated, he has no angle to escape. Okay? So a really, really strong attack against the guy who's trying to bridge or explode out of the position. So I'll do it one more time. From the start, he shoots the underhook in. I get my Kimura grip. He starts to bridge and drive into me. I step up, he's going down. I finish the arm lock. As you can see, if I have a good rotation, it does not give him a lot of time to get his arms together, but even if it does, I'll still be able to break the grip. Okay? So let's go to the 180-degree arm bar, and he bridges as he's holding his Kimura grip. Give it a try.